China's always seemed to be a living contradiction, right? As we take a look at what is happening right now to Didi, the Chinese ride-sharing company that came public, but has been battered ever since, especially now with China cracking down on the company, says that it was not a fan of it going public when it did, and certainly in the United States. And it sent a signal out to various companies that it's going to be cracking down on this. And that's hitting a number of big Chinese players, the full Truck Alliance, Kanzun, and a host of others that are dominant in the New York financial markets as well as the rest of the world. But it is a reminder that at its core, when push comes to shove, China is about control and the military more than it is about capitalism and making money. It is a healthy reminder. I want to pick on with Lieutenant Colonel Danny Davis, the Defense Priorities Senior Fellow, military expert, served this country very nobly. Danny, good to have you. Just when we think that China has entered this fold of being an aggressive capitalist society, we're reminded that at its core, right, it still defaults to the military, heavy fist approach, doesn't it?
Well, I'm not sure I view it completely that way. I think that we can and should and are able to keep it distinct between the security issue and the economics issue. And I believe that at the heart, this is definitely an economics issue. And really, you kind of hit it on the head there just a second ago, talking about how the contradictions are coming in. Because you may remember when Trump, in August of last year, signed an executive order that was going to ban parts of TikTok and WeChat and some other things. The response from Chinese foreign ministry was, this is naked capitalism at its heart. This is, using national security as a pretext to ban business, and now then they're saying precisely the same thing that Trump did on this issue right here. So they're showing their contradictions. But see, I think that that's actually an opportunity for us, not something to be concerned with, because they are showing, as you alluded to, that they're not a safe place to do business, and this could give us an opportunity to outcompete them in the economic sphere, while we always will maintain the upper hand in the military sphere to keep us safe from any Chinese attack.
Danny, I would think that if you have global success stories, like they did with Alibaba, and they reined it in, right? And then if you have success stories like Didi, and they reined it in. Now, this might not, to your earlier point, be a permanent type of thing, but it is a reminder that all of these companies kind of work at the behest of keeping the central government happy. Now, they balance that actually remarkably well over these decades. Can they continue? Because I see more of the in-your-face militarization talk, the kind of stuff that they're saying now regarding Taiwan and their military goals. What's the real China in your eyes?
Yeah, the real China is a combination of all those things, and you are correct. It is definitely evolving, and their development in military, especially in their ability to use their A2AD, anti-access area denial, defense of their perimeter and their shoreline, et cetera. So they are more confident, and we're seeing evidence of that in the business realm, where they're taking a little bit more risk because they think they can. But they have to be careful that they don't go too far, which opens up an opportunity for us, because we can outcompete them by doing a better job on some things. The Biden administration is a perfectly example right now. Biden didn't come in and cancel Trump's executive order on TikTok. He said, let's just suspend it while we do this investigation. But now then you see China is being heavy-handed about it and just saying, okay, you're banned completely right now without it. Now, businesses don't like that. They don't like uncertainty and the possibility of having it disrupted. So that gives us an advantage to outcompete them. But I just reinforce that militarily, there's no way that China is going to attack any U.S. allies and attack, the U.S. territory, like in Guam or certainly in the mainland, because they know that we are overwhelmingly able to defend our interests and would crush them. So they're not going to do that. So I think we're relatively safe, actually very safe in the security realm. But as you pointed out with the Taiwan issue, that's a different matter, but it's not our security that would be at risk.
So does that mean that if they did invade Taiwan and waited, they'd assume we would not have a response and they might still be weighing it?
Oh, they definitely won't assume that. In fact, I think that you see with the military capacity, they are thinking that if they ever do that, they would probably assume that we would and would be prepared to respond in term. And they have built up a force that could give us some severe hardship and some serious damage, which is why I've advocated that we should not go to war in the event that that horrible thing happens, as bad as it would be. There are better ways to respond to that because, and consider this, if China did make that really bad decision, their military would be severely gouged in the interaction between Taiwan and them, whereas ours would be completely intact. But if we engage in that and then all of a sudden we're also attacked, now then our military is severely degraded because they do have some real capabilities there that could do us some harm. So we got to be careful to look at our interests and things that are going to strengthen our economic and military security.
Thank you, Colonel. It's an eye-opener. Lieutenant Colonel Danny Davis gets the big picture right and calmly so, which is probably in order these days, isn't it?